read it out to you. But before I read it, I would like to say just a few words. It was Christine's brilliant idea to organize that little function with this little entertainment for you. I'm not so sure if you will like it. Now, if you don't, you can switch me off. There's no problems. I feel very uncomfortable. I like to see reaction of the crowd, your smiles, your approval, your disapproval, your applause, your whistles, and I don't see a thing. So anyway, you have to bear with me for a few only minutes. Now, this is the official part, which I'm going to read out to you. Rabbi Mr. Lambert, beautiful Naomi, my dear bat mitzvah girl, families and friends, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to address you on this great occasion from a faraway country, from the cherry blossom of Japan. At this very moment, on this 16th day of 19, I promise to you, Naomi, and to Chris and James, that at Naomi's or Debbie's, both of them, wedding's day, I will be in time, subject that you will give me at least 6 months notice. Also, even within those 6 months, those two lovely ladies may change their mind. The Gottliebs, the Gmecks, people whose friendship I cherish and enjoy greatly. I will also miss seeing the lovely crowd of Christian's friends, those lovely young people whom I recollect from the happy gatherings at our home at Pencil Street, Chatswood. You remember? It was some 25 years ago. Time flies. It was Peter and Julie Schleser. I remember Richard and Nina Secker, Bobby Ebner. I will miss the friendly smiles of the men, daughter Elizabeth, my little Lizzie, and her family, Bernard, Lucy, and Michael. I am glad that Michael could find a few free minutes in this very busy timetable to attend this gathering. I will congratulate them to have such a lovely and gifted niece and such a charming cousin. Congratulations also I would like to extend to Jen's family, to Mama Hill, Ruth Hill, who was, and always will be, I'm sure, a very great and loving grandmother, to Naomi and to Debbie as well. Congratulations also to James's sister, Evie, and her family, Henry and lovely Jackie. Mazel tov to you all. And finally, I'm sending greeting to a very, very great and personal friend of mine, whose affection and loyalty and devotion I enjoy for the last 22 or 23 years. I would like to greet from the far Japan to Nana Toma, who I remember, and I wish her many, many, many happy moments, now and forever. Good health, and may God bless you, Mrs. Toma. And now, after this introduction, I would like to address the heroine of today's celebration, my lovely granddaughter, Deborah Lucy Hill, known to all of us as Debbie. Debbie. Dear Debbie. Debbie, where are you actually? I don't see you. Can you hear me? Will you keep quiet for a moment? It will take only 5 more minutes. Okay? Thank you, Debbie. All right. Can I start, Debbie? Thank you. After many months, well, it was not many hours as written in that invitation of yours. Mistake by the printer, I'm sure, not by your mother, because she doesn't make any mistakes. So after many months of your hard work and persistence, you have achieved your goal. Regretfully, I could not be present to hear you, to watch you, and to admire you, but I'm sure that you performed extremely well in the synagogue and impressed everybody, not only by your competence, but also by your striking appearance as a grown-up person of a very great and unsurpassable beauty. Congratulations. I must add for the record that all your short life, Debbie, you have done well in everything you undertook. You show ambition and determination. You study well, particularly excelling in math. I cannot refrain at this point that your late grandmother, whose name, pardon me, you carry, was an extremely gifted student of mathematics, and her lecturers and professor at the high school as well as the university were amazed at the ways she would approach and solve the most complicated mathematical problems. It appears that luckily you have more of her genes than of mine. I'm glad. But there is something more which delighted me in your life. I noticed that you don't waste your time on nonsense. Your favorite pastime since the age of about 6 or maybe 7 has been extensive reading. You would be seen with a book in your hand in the theater during the interval, in a restaurant waiting for your meal to be served, in a car driven by your parents towards a camping holiday. You were reading by torchlight. I have seen it myself, in a tent. You were reading everywhere and everything. But as far as I remember, your favorite interest was mystery books. Let me tell you, Debbie, that life itself, is a great mystery story, an impressive and fascinating book. In your life, Debbie, I hope, is going to be such a wonderful book. A story of fun, of hard work, of successes, great laughs, and adventures. Of course, there will be misfortunes and disappointments. Such is life. There is not always sunshine, there will be rainy days. There is not always laughter, there are tears, and there are many of them sometimes too many. I hope that you won't have many of them. In accordance with traditional belief, you are considered, as from today, rightly or wrongly, to be an adult. But do you, Debbie, know, at this early age, how to live the life of an adult? True, there will be events beyond your control. One cannot do anything about it. But the majority of happiness in your life will be up to you, Debbie. Up to your judgment, up to your own decision. I must warn you, Debbie, that life is full of problems and dangers, and you are young in our experience. You will be exposed to sweet smiles, to false pretenses, to compliments, temptations and stimulations. Will you know how to handle them? I want to offer you, if you like it or not, some advice. Whilst reading, in your past, you have been using, I am sure, a very lovely and very useful book. In this book, I would call the English dictionary. Now, in this dictionary, among hundreds of thousands of words, there is one short word, a word which unfortunately has been totally neglected during the last few years by the modern society of today. The word is no. N-O. I repeat, no. My advice is, Debbie, to use this word no as often as you can and as long as you can. I know you of being a very stubborn lady in your life. Be very stubborn in using this word no. No and no again. If you want to do yes, to say yes, pardon me, if you want to say yes, think very careful before you say yes. Think twice, three times before you say yes. Because a premature yes may do a lot of harm to you. A premature yes may cause a lot of harm to your career, to your health, even to your life. I think you should know it by now, and I think and I hope that you remember that. I would like to give you another small advice, and I'm sure that you will hate me for that. Seek your parents' advice when in doubt. They are older than you, and they know more about you than you do. They have learned from their mistakes, I hope, and I think that they will be able to help you to avoid yours. Trust them. They are your best friends you can have in life. They want the very best for you. Your happiness is their happiness. Your misfortune is theirs. They laugh with you and they cry with you. They just happen to love you. The world of today, Debbie, is again a sad place to live. People live in misery, in fear, in hunger. Millions are starving. Don't take your luck for granted. Think of those who are not as lucky as you are. Help them, support them as much as you can. And remember one more quite important fact in the life of your family. You are a member of a family who miraculously escaped the horrible fate of millions of innocent human beings. A few survivors, your family among them, were clinging to hope in faraway Europe, praying for a new home, for a miracle of a new home. The miracle happens to us. A blessed hand of a friendly nation reached out in those months of hopelessness and invited us to live in this wonderful country in freedom, security, and prosperity. You, Debbie, were born in this country and you are a part of this great, wonderful nation. I would like you to realize that with all the sentiments you may feel for the faraway heaven of your ancestors, your responsibility, your sacred duties in your life is to be with this great country of yours. Have a wonderful life, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
Good start.
There is little I can add or say what your grandfather hasn't just said to you now. I imagine you now at your party looking very beautiful and enjoying this happy and very important day of your bat mitzvah. You are celebrating with your parents, with Naomi, your relatives and your friends. This ceremony at the synagogue is over and you have become a member of the adult society, a society which bestows upon you rights and privileges, but demands of you duties and obligations. I am certain that in years to come you will endeavor to contribute to this society and in this wonderful country to the very best of your abilities. From far away, I'm extending to you my most fondest best wishes on this happy occasion. I'm wishing you good health and good fortune in future. Not finished yet, no. It's not finished. Hoping to see you soon. Until then, sayonara.
Well, the smiles are still on the camera, huh?
Is that all right? Is that enough? Is that enough?
Yes. Good. Excellent.
Yes?
Is it still on, darling? Oh, don't put me on. I'm not dressed for the occasion.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Oh,
Of course it does. I don't look handsome enough. I didn't shave
You
here.
look at him. Your hair is nice.
Come on.
And you erase it now? Erase it, Christine.
How was the party? Tell me, Christine. Send me a letter.
Oh, it's still
Give
going
you
on.
the address. Send it to Tokyo. Care of the Majesty of the King. All right?
Was it enough for your liking?
Well, all the
Obviously.
best to everybody. All of you have a lovely.
You're taking this on?
Have a lovely time.
Yes?
Enjoy your party. Watch your diet. And hope everybody will be fine. When we return, we would like to see you in a very happy mood, all of you.
Bye.